Hey everyone, for Fracking Friday I worked on a project that implements server-sent events. I wanted to explore the technology more, see how we could use it in Decipher, and yeah, just get my hands dirty and try it out. So server-sent events are a standard that allow browsers to receive a string of updates from a server, and unlike WebSockets, this happens over an HTTP connection. One difference is that server-sent events are a one-way communication channel from server to client. So it's really good for things where you have some rapidly updating data to display, but you don't necessarily need two-way communication. So like a news feed, a stock ticker, or a Twitter feed, which I'm going to show you shortly. It's good for all of that sort of stuff. So it basically works like this. It's not much of a diagram because it's pretty simple. The browser registers an event source, which this is an HTML5 standard, and then the server pushes events, and the client has registered event listeners, and then fires callbacks when it gets the events it expects from the server. So I'm going to show you my server here. I have basically only two route handlers, one for a new message where I store the message and then broadcast it out to all of the connected clients. And then I have this stream handler, which handles all the server-sent event stuff. So here I'm basically calling the setup function. I'm saving the connection so that we can broadcast messages and close the connection later, and then this close event handler. So let's take a look at the server-sent event code. So here's my setup function. I'm just writing my headers and then sending off any initial messages that we have queued up. So with server-sent events, you have to send messages in a particular format. So with this send function, I'm building that string basically and then sending it off. So here's what that looks like. You can give the client an event which it can use to register callbacks or event listeners. And if you don't supply an event name, you can just listen for the on message event, which is built in. And then you could give it a unique ID and your data. So I'm building a Twitter clone here, so my data happens to look like this. We got a message, a user, and a timestamp, but it can be whatever. And then this retry key, which is pretty cool, because with server-sent events, you don't have to handle reconnects by on your own. It's built in. So this just tells the client retry the connection after 1 second. So you could see right here, after a while, the server will just close the connection. So you can see that happened here, and then it reconnected. So it's pretty handy. That's basically it here. So I'm going to show the client now. This is just a React app. We declare an event source here and then register a bunch of event listeners. So I have one for when the connection opens. I have one for individual message. Like I said, this is just the built-in message handler. And then I have this custom event listener for initial messages. So that's basically it there. And then I have this close event to tell the server that it should stop sending events. So let's take a look at the app now. Here it is. So I'm going to post a new tweet. And then if I open up a new tab here, I can see it pulled all of the messages for me. If I do another one, you can see it's replicated. So that's basically it. It was very nice to work with server-sent events. As you saw, there's not a lot of code, and it just worked pretty well. So I'm happy with how today went. I think this could be a great choice for any of our products that need to implement some sort of notification, or like GM data with, pulling a particular folder for new files, things like that. It can be really great. So yeah, I hope you check out the code, and yeah, thanks for listening.